All right, in this video, I'll share with you a cautionary tale of how you can get cheated and conned of a job in Dubai, UAE, and why you should be careful, especially when dealing with people in the Middle East or people who claim to offer you jobs in the Middle East. I've taken permission from the client in question, and he has been gracious enough to say that, yeah, you can share, but obviously, yeah, I had to change a few details here and there. All right, so let's. If you see me looking at the screen, it's because I've written down the points. So, okay. So this is about an Indian guy who has an Australian passport. A little bit of backstory. He moved to Australia after his college. He wanted to, settle down in Australia. Once after he got used to the workplace, he got his citizenship papers, then decided to get married. The normal Indian life. Got married, wife, then decided to move to Australia. They worked very hard. They climbed up the ladder of success. And very soon they decided, okay, it's time to have children. They had a couple of children. And life was going pretty good. However, like this, expenses, keep increasing. And he wanted to provide the best for him, his kids, his family. And then obviously the challenge as your parents are getting old, you have to pay for, because they take care. He was taking care of his parents and her parents as well. They all together were chipping in. So expenses were going up, and that is where he decided, okay, let's try the Middle East, tax-free. And which was where he started to do research, and that is where he found out about me, my videos, my content. He didn't like me very much, which I don't blame him because of my tattoos and my views. But eventually he realized, okay, there's something of value. And one fine day he decided, okay, I'll book his service and let me see what he has to say. So he booked a session with me, and the typical questions he asked me: how is the resume? What should be the strategy? What should be the kind of salary? How should he go about? And remember, this is before COVID, before 2020. The market was pretty good. It was booming. And he asked me, should I change anything about the CV? I told him, see, listen, for the line of work that you're going, and his CV was done pretty well. And I also told him, see, listen, when you're getting offers, this is the thumb rule. When you're getting offers, you should not change your resume. Don't fix something that is not broken, or if it is working perfectly well, why change it? And so he was very happy that I gave him an honest reply. And he did get offers, good offers. However, as luck would have it, COVID struck. I think that was somewhere in 2020s or something. Yeah. And the whole world shut down. And with that, all his opportunities, the doors closed. He could not travel. And he didn't think it was wise to travel, leave Australia. Unfortunately, because of all that COVID and all that, his parents, both his parents passed away. His wife's parents, very, very serious. And eventually, in time, one of them passed away. So only one was remaining. It was a very tough time for him. And things continued as they were. Eventually, he, life went back to normal. And he didn't get in touch with me after that. This all I came to know much more later. It was I think after COVID, when the world started to open up, that he got in touch with me again. And this time he said, I would like to book another session with you and ask you how are things, how should I move on and all that. So it's normal. I was just talking to him. His CV had not changed much by then. And I told him, go ahead and try the same package that you're targeting for, and let's hope for the best. This time, however, things were different because, the world had changed completely. Before, he was getting quite a lot of offers. Now he was not getting the number of offers that he assumed he would get. And the salaries were also being paid much more lesser. Okay. And the offers that were there, he was not receiving any response. So, which is where he got in touch with me, once again. And he asked me, how much do you charge if you have to rebrand your resume for the changing market? See, booking a session with me to talk, there's a separate charge. But when you're talking of rebranding yourself, that's slightly more expensive. And when I did tell him the price tag, he was like, it's kind of expensive. Let me think about it. I said, I want you to do your homework, market research, and find out where you can get the best price, because end of the day, you should be confident in the process. Uh, he out of he whatever. Okay, let's assume I charged him, let's say $2,000. For example, I charged him $2,000. He got in touch with me again. He said, I just have a doubt. I said, go ahead. You're charging me $2,000, but there's a guy who's charging me more than that. But he's giving me a guaranteed job, guaranteed interviews, and he's giving me a long-term kind of retainer, like support. He asked me explicitly, can you match the price or the service? I said, my service is exclusive. This is what he's offering. You go to him. It's like different products, different services, different brands. However, I did caution him that this guaranteed interviews and guaranteed job and guaranteed retainer and all that, that is a little bit of a red flag for me, and I don't think it's going to work. All right. So he was, okay, fine. Maybe he thought I was trying to be fox who cried sour grapes. Maybe he thought that I didn't want him to go to a competitor. All right. So he continued with this guy, and I don't know why he started to send me, hey, I've got 2 job offers, I've got interviews lined up, I've got this, and for me, if you're my client, fine, I'm interested. If you're not my client, I'm not interested to know all this. So one fine day, I just let him know that listen, you don't have to tell me that you're getting X number of interviews and so many job offers, and I'm not interested. If you're not my client, I'm not interested. I said, you can keep it to yourself. I think he took it personally, and he said, you don't have to be a jackass or something like that. You don't have to be an asshole. I thought you're a well-wisher, but I said, boss, I'm a service provider. Okay. I'm not your buddy. I'm not your friend. So he's like, and I guess I hit him. I hit his nerve. I'm being very honest here. I hit his nerve, whereby he got a little personal and said that, you're still the same. Your content still is like this, like that, and you're tattooed. And I think I hit him where it really hurt, because he said that's why you're in Thailand and you'll never blah blah blah. Whatever, personal. He went personal. For me, I'm not interested in all this drama. For me, simple: block and delete. Bye bye. You already have a service provider, right? Enjoy with him. Okay. I went on with my life. He went on with his life. Until one fine day, I think I'm giving an approximate because that was a WhatsApp message. That was not an email, because otherwise I had the dates. I think around 6 or 8 months later, around 6 or 8 months, within a year, he sent me a message, but that too from another number. Now remember, he has a wife, so he sent it from his wife's number. He said, "Hi, Loy, how are you?" and this and that. I was like, "Yeah, hi. Who's this? What do you want?" Because there's a different number. My clients, I say their number. So he said, "Hey, this is me," and this and that. I was like, "You're the guy who gave me a couple of nice, good words and good sounding personal insults before, saying, I apologize. I'm sorry. I'd like to book a session with you." I was like, so I guess something went wrong. So you want to book a session. And I told him, the very fact that you did cross the line on certain things, your charge is slightly higher. Others, I'm not interested. He said, whatever your charge is, I'll pay. I said, fine. That's the beauty of being, a brand. If you don't like someone, or someone has done something that offends you, you can charge them more. So I charged him a little bit more, extra premium to, kind of punish him. But then if I book a session, I will give my heart and soul. So I unblocked him, and so I said, yeah, tell me what's going on. He surprised me a bit by saying that I'm in Dubai right now and with my wife. I said, oh, okay, fine. So how's it? He said, we are in a bit of a mess. We are in a bit of a fix. I said, okay, let me guess. The guy who guaranteed, he's saying, yeah, something happened there. So I'll not give the exact details, but long story short, what had happened was he paid this guy, like for example, I told you, I'll not give specifics. I'm charging 2,000. Let's say that guy was charging 3,000, more than me, but he guaranteed him a job, guaranteed him interviews, guaranteed him I'll be with you. I'm not going to leave you. It's not going to be like Loy Machedo, one-time service and bye-bye. Okay. So obviously that seems a very attractive option because he's going to be with you long term. And so he started lining up interviews for him, which I told him was a red flag. And he actually had real people that he was giving interviews to, real people. This is not fake. Zoom calls. And when he was telling me this, in my head, it was like, I think these are, fake people. Okay. But I didn't say anything. He said, I did a lot of interviews, first interview, second interview, third interview. And some cases, I even paid for the interviews. And he said, I got a job offer with a letterhead and it was supposed to be confidential. And he got with big known companies. And he was like, it all was good. And he told me not to rush because he told me to take the maximum salary. Okay. Because then even he would get some benefits. So I was like, more than happy. Let me get the maximum salary. So eventually he got a salary that he always dreamed of. He got a position that he never thought he would get. Think like C level. Okay. And because he was, getting somewhere, he wanted his wife also to get. So lo and behold, he paid for his wife also. Now both of them are his clients. So where he was supposed to pay me only, let's say, $2,000, for example, now he has paid this guy 3,000 or 4,000, plus he has paid for his wife another 2,000, 3,000, whatever. And he has already got a job offer, mind you, letterhead. And he verified with the number that was there. It was a legit number. And he tried for his wife, same thing. And within a period of, I think, a couple of months, they both got job offers. He had requested, please wait until my wife, we will come together, which is another mistake. Finally, he decided it was time to move because they had spoken to the people on video. They had been promised A, B, C, D, whatever, in terms of the contract. And as a last ditch, this thing for finalizing the whole thing, they said they had to pay for their own ticket so as to show seriousness, visa charges here and there. And, once they come down there, houses waiting for them, everything waiting. So they had their service charges, whatever. Overall, he had paid this guy, I think, $10 plus US dollars. Okay. Confirmed job, everything. And on that given day, him and his wife and his kids, they all moved because, you have to shut down everything, resign and properly do the handover. And he moved. Once after he moved there, you have, Gora passport, visa on arrival, right? Landed there and he was told by this guy, you can temporarily stay in whatever arrangements you have. Once we are ready, you join. Did that, waited, and that was where the problem started one by one. Where you were supposed to start, let's say on the 2nd, you were supposed to start from the new month. It went to 4th, then it went to a couple of days later, and then calls were not being answered. Then it went 15 days delay. Very soon he was started to get frustrated. 15 days, 20 days. Sometimes he would get a call, hey, we are just processing your papers. There's a backlog and this and that. Finally, when he was running out of patience because there's only so much time you can stay unemployed, both you and your wife, he finally said, I would like to meet you at your office premises. We'd just like to talk, meet, find out what's happening. And that was where vanished, finished. The funny thing is, after he landed in Dubai, instead of going and meeting up with this guy, I asked him, why didn't you go to this guy's office and check and all that? He said, no. He said that they were traveling. They were based in India. They were traveling in different parts of the world because of the good job prospects. And once they came back to Dubai, they would definitely set up a meeting with the employer. And later on, this guy, what he did is, when he was being ghosted, he took that letterhead and went to the company, the actual company, only to find out that this is a fake, forged document. He made a police case and this, and they said, hey, Yaki, what can we do? Wife also, same thing. And once he realized he was stuck and he was in serious trouble, is where he contacted me. And what can I tell him? Apart from, it's too late now. I wish I could give you a happy ending to this story. After he had a conversation We spoke about it. He asked me what is to be done next. I gave him a couple of options. Um, he tried for another 2 months, both him and his wife. He did get a job offer, but it was not to his liking. His wife also got a job offer, but she kept quiet and took it temporary. But finally, they realized that it's not happening. It's not happening because the whole thing was haphazard and money was just being spent. And on top of that, you remember I told you his wife's side, the relative, she was not well. And so he was like, we had to sort things out. And I told him, if things are not working out, don't try to build on a foundation that is already cracked. And they ended up finally going back. Now, does that mean that he has given up on the dream? No, he has not given up on the dream. He still wants to try. But he first has to repair the damage that has been done, and a substantial amount. And emotionally, mentally, they both were in really bad, in a very bad state. So I don't know what moral of the story you want to take from this, but I just want to caution you that, like I always say, if something is too good to be true, no, it's generally the case. And nowadays, anything and everything can be fabricated, whether it's the forged document, whether it's a fake website, whether it's interview, using Zoom calls. I always tell people don't jump the gun. And even if I made a previous video, they go to the office, they check everything, everything is legit. There is office, there are people working and all that. They can take money, and one fine day when you come there, nobody is there. So that has also happened. So the guy is now in his 40s, and I don't think he has that kind of risk and appetite to lose more money or to take more unwanted risks. So he's doing it carefully this time, but he has lost quite a sum of money, and it has impacted his health, his wife's health, and they just want life to be a little bit normal. Wife is no longer interested in moving to Dubai, but the husband still has his hopes. Anyway, thought I'd share this with you. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and if you know anybody who has gone through this, or you want to share any of your thoughts, feel free. You can get in touch with me via email. Your details will be kept confidential. All right, you guys take care. It's me signing off.